Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another live stream. It's the Patient Hodler coming at you, and today we have a lot of interesting topics. I see a lot of people are already in the room. So how are you doing? How was your drop day today? Did you get any James Bond related collectibles? Did you get any good mints? How did you do? Did you get both One Piece sets or did you skip them like I did? Yeah, let me know in the chat how you are doing. And if you watch this afterwards, you know the drill. Please keep in mind, I'm a crypto and NFT investor, but not a financial advisor. So please do your own research before you ape into the collectibles, into Omi, or into whatever crypto we are discussing here. Mandanges oder Mandanges is saying Guten Abend, which means have a nice evening or good evening in German. So some German people around here already. Let's jump into what I have for you today, because we have some pretty interesting topics here. And in today's stream, I want to discuss with you, first of all, the Ecomi price, because a lot of people are panicking because some or most of us, and including me as well, have our average of investing around this time or around this price that we are at the moment, or some of us are slightly in the negative, and it feels like eternity for a lot of people. So we are discussing the Omi price a little bit. Then we are discussing the new MTL, what is going from the mini AMA. Someone was so nice to put together a little summary of that, but I also listened at it. Omi burn, we are going to discuss that quickly because we see some pretty interesting stuff there. And we are going to discuss here, you can see it on the right, little Cthulu is very, very concerned with the world and the environment, and that's why Cthulhu doesn't want NFTs anymore. So we are going to talk about this as well, and a little band update on the band accounts as well, a little bit that I heard that doesn't sound so good for some people. And yeah, in the end, we can talk about licenses, but mostly my agenda is too full. And after 1 hour or something, we have discussed only half of it. So I hope we can get through with this. Yo, what's up? Lee Downs is in the chat, gearing up for a big March like last year. Yeah, but traditionally, was it? I mean, last March was crazy, and hopefully we can repeat a pump like that. But on the other hand, you will see that in short, maybe it's better to have low prices for a longer time and then a big squeeze. Carp Fishing 80 is asking about VeChain, no hope. Actually, there is a lot of hope about VeChain. Most of the people that are in here are probably here because of Ecomi, but I can comment on that quickly. So there's the whole thing with VeChain going into DeFi and the new VeChain stablecoin. VeChain has established an office in San Marino now and is operating in the EU. So it's very good that they go away from only being like a China serving Silk Road coin. So I think there's a lot of hope of VeChain. VeChain is still one of my biggest bags. And I will continue to stack VeChain because I believe they are going to be crazy in the next years. But it's a long-term hold, no short-term pumps to await. Wade Angelo says, what a bloodbath. Yes, we are going to look at that blood. I don't know if they meant this by a red chili, but we are going to look at the big red chili that formed. Yo, what's going on? Lee Downs, appreciate your content, by the way. Thank you so much for sending that super chat. I think it was a super chat. Thank you very much. Every support, obviously, is much appreciated. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Irvin asks, what is your opinion about the last AMA from Veve? We are going to go into that in a second. Ole, the admin at midget. Okay, what's up, Ole? Welcome to the stream. Carp Fishing says, thank you from Italy. Oh, then greetings to Italy, north, south. Where are you from? Which city? I know a guy that is from Napoli, so I have to visit Italy more often. It's not so far away from here, from the south. Yo, Erwin has some good vibes here for us. Okay, let's jump into that. So let's first, before we go into the AMA and MTL, look at the so-called bloodbath. And I have some tabs here open for you, and I will go through them. So this is Bitcoin, obviously, and Bitcoin also has experienced another big downturn. And when we assess the whole situation, I mean, we talked about this when we looked at the Ecomi wedge that we had. There are only two ways. Big news for Ecomi going up, or the whole market drags Ecomi out of the wedge, and that is what ultimately happens. So we are still at the verge of war in with Ukraine and Russia. So that is dragging the whole market down, a lot of uncertainties. And then we have the whole situation about crypto regulations. Then we have Canada going crazy, which is actually good advertisement for crypto as a general. But still, there are so many things, like some countries just can't get over the pandemic and behave crazy. So everything is looking dragging the market down. And in general, I mean, we're not talking about this little spike, if this is a bull trap or not. We are talking about this big downturn here from where we were and all the way down. I mean, this all was like new variants, Russia war, and so on and so on. So people are generally more worried about crypto than getting in, especially retail investors and those without information, which you are not, because you are watching all the good guys on YouTube and doing your own research, which is why probably you are invested in Ecomi. So let's look at Ecomi. So we had this wedge here, and actually this wedge was valid for how long was this valid? Like from this despair or spring point until here, it was valid for 240 days, where it always came back to this line. But you know, if you knock on wood too much, you're just falling out of it. So now we have this point. We had a live stream here, up here, where we said there's a little bit more room for the RSI to come down, actually could cause it to fall out. So what I'm seeing now is, obviously this wedge is invalidated. If we are not getting a pump like tomorrow and back in there to hover there, then it would be like a fake out. But I don't believe this. I think this is genuine collapse into like whales driving OMI investors into despair, because this resistance line is basically the average of most people. If you would have DCA'd into all of this, your average would be probably around here. So you would be in the minus right now. And that's exactly what whales want to do. They want to, I mean, if you would have gotten in here because you thought it would break out, you would be already like almost 40% down on your investment. And that's where whales capitalize on. They basically dumped on the people. Now people are selling off, and this could go way lower. I mean, we basically lost this. I don't know, we are at this support line, I guess, here. So we are about to lose this support. I don't know if it will happen, but we have big red volume coming in, more than we had. I think more than we had since here, the green volume spike here in October. So in general, this is a big red chili, not the one that we wanted. And what I could see here is basically like an A, B, C, D, and then we could go out. So maybe we are coming down really to very, very low. If whales want to drive us down, then we could come down here. But that's basically it for the price. I mean, we're oversold, so we are probably bouncing back a little bit, but we could knock our head on that upper head resistance now, and then come back and then knock here again. So this is basically what I see at the moment. Doesn't mean that I have to be right. We could just pump straight out, but for me this is invalidated, and I'm looking for another pattern here right now. And I'm also looking for some entries below here now that this is invalidated. I don't know what do you think, guys? What do you think? Will we come back to form like a real big accumulation pattern until we break out, until whales let us? Because it doesn't seem that exchanges are coming too quickly. Georgie Vega. Hey, Georgie, what's up? Hi, Patient Hodler token release probably also did not help the price. Yeah, exactly. So we have had founder unlocks a couple of days ago. That is very, very good that you're saying that. And there are founders that are not on board with Ecomi anymore. So they have no reason to hold and even maybe have a grudge. So could be that they just drive the price out, sell off as much as they can, at good conditions to probably also to use the money elsewhere. But there is only so much to sell off, and then it's gone. Like the whale wallets will drain eventually, and they will play their games and sell here and buy again when some retail people lost all hope, as we can read it right now on Twitter. And I found a little actually I found a little video. It's about Bitcoin, but it applies very good. Don't fall for this. This is this. Let me get this bigger. This is what's happening, right? I mean, this is the Omi whale accumulating. Like this all the little Omi holders here. Why are we not going up? Why is it still half a cent? Oh, and then the whale comes in and just grabs all of your Omi. Okay, but I just found that a couple of minutes ago before the stream, so I think that's basically what's happening. Lee Downs says, I think we have lost a lot of the pump and dump people who were only invested on the expectations of exchanges. That could be a point, and we all know that with the Omi project, it's very difficult to just bet on, okay, they say exchanges are coming, which they basically hinted to, but we don't know when, and we know things take longer. And today I talked about the stuff with exchanges, and there is the possibility of Binance, Coinbase, Wobi, and others. There are little hints towards that, but it could take a while. And also someone pointed out that today in the Twitter space, there is a queue. There are so many coins, new projects, and also shit coins and rug pull coins lined up on the exchanges to be implemented. And then there's all the stuff that I mentioned in the live stream before, that you have to do audits and stuff like that to get into. But yeah, basically all I can say is behave like one of these whales, like behave like these, and just DCA into it if you really believe into Ecomi. By the way, not financial advice, but just DCA into it and just accumulate while they do. If you see whales accumulating, why shouldn't we? I mean, they have some information why they are doing this, right? Anyways, so that is this. Let me get to my slide real quick here and get that out of the way. So I wanted to thank you, and hopefully some of you are in my chat here. So I wanted to thank my 5 Patreons, my rare hodlers, with the mint numbers 1 to 5. For some of you, already 3 months of support. I need to include the months here. So thank you very much for supporting this channel continuously, so that I can put this money to use for giveaways, for buying some light, webcam, whatever. So thank you to you guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, actually, and while you're at it, thank you, Irvin, for pointing that out. You don't have to give me money. My information will always stay free, but please smash a like on the live stream, or subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you're hearing and what you're seeing. If you're getting any information out there, if you get valid information, just help me out by liking, subscribing, commenting on the videos. I would really appreciate that. And I enjoy the live streams a lot, so please bombard me with any questions if you have some. Maybe I can answer them. I mean, I'm not the Omi god or something. I'm just a guy that does videos on YouTube. So thank you very much for supporting everyone that has. Then an announcement for the Germans that are watching right now. I will be live with some fellow YouTubers like Moni Lee, Vivi Fox, Energy, and Captain Vivi on the channel of Viveversum, Frank, in German. So if you don't speak German, then unfortunately you won't understand a word. I wish we could do that one day. All in English would be very good, but we are going to get together and discuss a lot of stuff. So if you have time, mark this, set a notification at Viveversum, and subscribe at his channel. Then I have an update on the banned accounts real quick. And I have shown you this in my last live stream because I have all the story of almost 2.5 months already with my cousin's account that is still inaccessible. And they have said like 3 weeks ago, after further review by our technical team, the decision has been made that we will release your accounts. They admitted that he is innocent. Yo, Baz, Jabba, what's going on? Thank you very much for the £2. I think that is pounds, English pounds. I always appreciate your insight. Thank you very much for supporting me. Always appreciate you guys being here and supporting me and asking questions. So thank you very much. That means a lot to me that that I get some nice bits here. Thank you very much. So I'll just leave this up here because the relevant part of that message is still there. We apologize for the delay, yada yada. So he couldn't log on after this. So everyone who is banned and has this problem, you're not alone. Because he couldn't log in, his account was still disabled, not restricted mode, really disabled. He can't go in, and there is back and forth with the support to figure out how he can log in. And then the support stopped answering. And as we have heard in the mini AMA, if the support doesn't answer, people should go through Discord. Now, he went through to Discord, referenced his ticket ID, and got kicked and banned from the Discord, even though, I mean, I could understand that if that was an annoying botter. But he was literally got the message that his account was innocently flagged and banned, and they threw him out of the Discord. So I really want this whole issue. I don't want to talk about anymore about banned accounts, but I feel I have to once people are still suffering from not getting access to their probably life-changing wealth with a lot of collectibles, like 15, 20, 50,000 of dollars, even if you discount the 10% fee that is coming up. While we are talking about this, let's get into the AMA. Let me just switch up here again to my monitor. Sorry, where is it? This guy, CryptoShank, let me get this full screen for you. So this guy, CryptoShank, actually went through the effort to line up or to sum up everything that has been in that mini AMA, and I hope you can see that at least a little bit. Oh, hey Viviversum, hey Frank, glad to see you here. I just announced our little get-together for all the Germans. So if you're German, sub to Frank's Viviversum account. He has very good content and brings a lot of people up to talk. So he's here in chat as well, makes me happy. So let's talk about this. So the first of all, my speculation about the chilies metaphor was completely wrong, obviously. I mean, I literally took that metaphor and made like a huge concept of sports NFTs with chilies coin and how they could go into NFTs, and it was on a hunch. Like it was so far away. We knew that. We called it speculation, but some people were upset that I said that. So here in that AMA, they basically debunked that and said the spicy pepper emoji was only a couple of nice drops on the horizon, and I'm not going to do that anymore, and so on and so on. Irvin says, I was disabled a few weeks. Lucky they unlocked my VV again, but a lot of innocent people are still blocked. Yes, exactly. That is a very big problem, but I'm happy that you got your account back and that you're back in the game. That is very important for each and everyone who is still blocked, because you see it's possible. Okay, so that debunking of the chili peppers was one. People were speculating, is it Red Hot Chili Peppers? Is it the Spice Girls with music NFT? Because they said it has something with M on the NFT, so maybe it's Super Mario, we don't know. But they debunked that. Unfortunately, we are not getting chili sports NFTs in that cooperation. Unfortunately, would have been a big deal. Then they are saying don't submit multiple support tickets. I can understand kind of that people do that because I mean, if they are not answering for 50 days or something, you just think your ticket got lost. But now they said you should contact support and then follow up on Discord. So if you're not getting kicked and banned from that. Okay. reporting bots and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into that because the real deal of that mini AMA is the MTL and cash out. And what they were basically saying is, if you want to cash out, you need to do KYC. No one would have a problem with that. I think everyone should go through KYC by now because we would get rid of the bot problem a lot. Then the MTL provider is a third-party provider that will reach out and connect to your bank account. And then you can do the cash out in the Ecomi web wallet. And that means also that probably disabled accounts can also cash out, because a lot of disabled accounts still have access to the web wallet. So at least what you still have in gems, you would be able to cash out. Now, the requirements for the cash out are there a minimum of 50 gems withdrawal amount. I don't have a problem with that, because if not, people could load up $1 and then cash out 80 cents or 90 cents. So they could just this like a bot attack protection, like that bots don't flood the system and break the app with mini cash outs, I guess. So 50 is a reasonable amount, I think, and everyone could either like get some drops and flip it, or buy something and sell higher and then be over the 50 gems. But then we have the minimum gem balance of 1,000 gems. That's not so easy achievable for everyone that is coming into the app right now, meaning that they have to have to load up. Basically, if they have 800 gems, they have to load up more to then cash it all out. Then we have a 10% transaction fee, and I don't know how are you guys feeling about 10% transaction fee? Because I think it's kind of a lot if you think, okay, for example, my vault is still in this dip, like around 30,000. So I have to pay 3,000 just to do a cash out. But on the other hand, the gains are tremendous, and obviously they want to protect like a complete money bleed out. But the other thing that I thought why there would be a higher transaction fee that actually makes sense is because you want to avoid that your platform is being used for money laundering. Like, imagine you would have a 1% fee only, then it would be easy just to flush in 10,000 US dollars, split it up on collectibles, send them around between different accounts, and then cash it all out through other accounts, like through other identities, KYC, and put it back together afterwards. So it would be almost untraceable to do that. But with a 10% transaction fee, that money laundering is not as easy anymore, because you're losing a lot on the way. But yeah, I agree. How to add this the web wallet? You don't add the web wallet. Actually, the web wallet is a feature that you can access by going to the Veve web wallet. Here, it's omi.veve.me. Yeah, that's a link here. So if you go to that link, I'm not going into that because I'm probably logged in. But if you go to that one, you can access your web wallet, and that's also how people with an iPhone are transferring gems between two accounts. But anyway, thanks to Crypto Shanks for summing up that Veve AMA here. So going quickly back to that. You have to have your KYC and set up 5 days, and then potentially 7 to 14 days prior to receiving your money. So I think time is not the matter here, but I think it's still a lot. It's still a lot of money to charge 10%. So as Salmon says, this 10 is a lot. 8% from Disney and 10% cash out. 8% from Disney. Why 8%? Isn't it 2.5% the secondary market fees? Or is it an extra Disney cash out fee? That I don't know. I haven't seen that here. Arjun Garg says, welcome, by the way. Did you hear about Trevor leaving the Veve team? Is this true? Yes, unfortunately, I heard about it. I did not see an official statement on it, so I don't know, but it seems to be true. Because I've seen credible people in the space saying with Trevor gone, a lot of it's more complicated for the Veve team to act and do and get everything. But I think, I mean, it's a big loss, but they will get past this, I think. But yeah, this counts to the bloodbath that we are seeing on the market as well. Thank you for that question, though. Well, so that was from the mini AMA, and the OMI updates that we have is basically that OKX and Gate.io are taking it really, really slow with the token swap, and they have still not reported back. Deposits are still disabled. Sandex is only using ERC20 tokens. Don't send GoChain tokens to an ERC20 address on an exchange, because you're basically, I think you're burning your tokens if you do that. Also, Bitforex is the most dangerous for that, because they offer both, and you have to double, triple, quadruple check where you want to send your ERC20 OMI or Go OMI. 10% is less than you pay to YouTube, Amazon, or Side Hustle. That is correct, but depending on your tax situation in your country, you pay. So you have to see it like this: you have all your collectibles right now, and then you're paying. You sell them. In order to cash out, you have to sell them. So if it's a Marvel, you are paying 8.5% on your, as a seller, on the price that you're listing it for. So yeah, you can price that in, but you have to still, if you want to sell quick, you have to still adapt to your market. So you're losing 8.5% on your collectibles value due to selling that off. Then you have all your gems. Then you have to discount 10%. Then you do a cash out, and then you get taxed. And you don't get taxed, at least in Germany, with your financial tax like your stocks, but you get taxed in a way like if you had sold a house or something, or like a Rolex watch, on the gains on that. So this is basically, in Germany, that is your income tax. So after the 10%, you would have like 40%. Yes, we are paying almost 40%, or some even more in Germany. On top of that, if you are not holding your token, in that sense, the non-fungible token, more than 1 year. So basically, you are paying 8.5%, then 10%, and then you get taxed on that. So that is basically everything you have to calculate when you consider cashing out. The other question is, if you have a really, really big grail that is probably not using or not losing any value, and you don't need to cash out to continue holding on to it, either the situation gets better, the value rises, or even, I mean, I could imagine a world in 5 years where you would be able to borrow against your NFT. Like, imagine you could borrow against your C3PO, right? That would be crazy. So Baz, sorry for that. Baz says NFT to OMI will be cheaper unless you need the money urgently. There should be no need to use MTL. Correct. For everyone who is in crypto, it's probably worth just waiting out everything until we can sell for OMI and get our OMI to the exchange, and then we just have the exchange cash out, but you still get taxed on that. But the MTL fee will be, or the OMI fee, OMI to exchange transfer fees, will be just the gas fees on the network, right? And maybe some cash out fee or some selling fee for selling with OMI, but it will be way cheaper. I agree with you, Baz. Thank you for that. And also, NFT to OMI, we have to consider, is only usable for those of us that are used to with the crypto exchanges. You have to see that probably half of the people that are on the OMI app, that are on the Veve app, they don't hold any Ecomi on any exchanges. That they are just on the app with a credit card and juggling around gems. So for them, MTL is the only way, or they have to educate themselves how to do it via OMI. But if you are not in that crypto mindset, in that crypto world, this takes long. I mean, we grew into that somehow, by investing, but a lot of people didn't. In fact, I've even heard, says Baz, that NFT to Omi could be quicker depending on exchange you use to withdraw. Veve MTL will be 3 to 5 working days cash out. Even more. They said it could potentially be 7 to 14 days. So yes, you would be quicker with the crypto stuff. Death Bunny says stocks, crypto, and NFTs are all investments. If folks want to play rich people games, then they got to be ready to pay rich people taxes, fees. Just my personal opinion. Yes, correct. I mean, you know the rules when you get into it. Like, you just have to. I mean, let's say your vote is valued on $500,000. Is probably the smartest to hire whatever tax super professional guy that can help you with all of this and pay him $5,000, right? Probably you will save more money with that. But if you know your stuff and if your country is not so, as complicated as Germany is in tax-wise, then yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you have to know the rules. And the good thing is, I mean, technically you could just act according, like if you never sell, like if you have your crypto and you borrow against it, for example, you don't have to. And there's also, I think in the US there's stuff with that you realize losses and then you can get a reduction on your taxes, but I've never been to the US, so don't ask me. Then we have someone saying UK is 12,400 free tax off crypto grade country. Yes, that is a lot. I mean, in Germany it's 600 and then you get taxed with your income tax on that. There is a capital gain tax, which is 25%, but only counts for dividends and stocks. Ole says, when do you think the web app will be available? You mean the desktop app for Veve? I have no idea. Hashtag soon, hashtag I don't know. Probably not until summer. Baz says ease of use will come into play even for those who wouldn't normally use crypto. People will always find a cheaper solution even if they're not into crypto. I highly disagree. People even, like, if you have I've seen that you have a credit card and you go to a normal bank machine to get out fiat, there is a $4.50 or €4.50 fee if you take that with a credit card. And instead of finding another way or paying somewhere else, people just, yeah, okay, no problem, $4.50, whatever. Like, people don't go for the cheaper way; they go for the lazy way usually. And for like, we are so deep in our NFT crypto mindset that we don't realize how easy it looks for us because we know it already, but how hard it looks for someone that still believes that Bitcoin is a shady scam and Ponzi to launder money and buy weapons or something. Like, I literally tried to convince people that have no clue of all of that and have never set up an account for stocks to get into crypto is lost. It's just, they cannot even imagine how this would work. So you're so far away from that world. It's very good to try to connect with people that have nothing in that to really get grounded again to how deep we are in that rabbit hole compared to other people. Like, we have seen this today. The financial institutions in Canada, I think today or yesterday, they were trying to force a decentralized wallet app to disclose user accounts to freeze them, and had to learn that it's impossible because no one has control over that. So it's like decentralized finance is going to be a whole another rabbit hole for those people to go after, for people like Germany's chancellor, I think now, but former finance minister, who said that the best investment method for Germans, I think he said it quite like this, is to leave all the money on the bank account because you get 0.003% for that. Hey, Pickard, what's going on? Using my real name. NFT art are art and tax-free. Really, you have to check that, because the underlying, so the NFT, like, there's the art, and there is the digital certificate of ownership, and that's what you buy. That is a crypto token, although a non-fungible token. That certificate of ownership, that it is yours and that the transaction was made to yours, that is the thing that you are cashing out, and that holds, not really that holds the value, but that is what they are going to look for, right? So you're basically, you're holding a digital asset. So I don't know if it's tax-free. Maybe in your country. I don't know if it's in ours as well. Ervin says, just spend your money before January 1st and you don't pay any taxes. Taxes are calculated on January 1st, or deposit to green stocks for a month, tax-free. In which country, Ervin? Viversum says, that's incredible. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, actually. I have no idea. So Tyler X says, team sold a lot of OMI. Was it the team? I mean, do we have wallet address to prove that? Because I know that Reese, I think, sold a little bit of OMI and kind of leaked that, not willingly, around $100,000 or something. I don't know. I mean, that's okay to cash out along the way if you like, okay, you want to buy a house or something like that. I don't know. But there are some ex-founders that also got their unlocks, and they might be selling, and that is not the founders. Like there's OMI founder 23 Child, I think is the name on the Whale Wallet channel. So if you have any way to see the transactions, you should definitely check out this one, and then also the ones that have left afterwards. So yeah. Bass says, good contrast. Looking at it like that, many do prefer convenience rather than cheaper price. Yes, exactly. So I think there's both. I think it's unjust to say you're wrong. I just said I disagree to give the other perspective. So I think you're right. There are those people that always search the better way to find a better angle on their investments. That are those you want to connect with, and that's probably the ones that you find in this great community. But there are also the ones that always. I mean, you have to consider this. There are people that would not work for 12 euros per hour, because that is the minimum salary, I think, by now, by new law. But they would wait 2 hours in line to get a free cheeseburger that costs 3 euros. So reason is sometimes just not there. I mean, people often also don't have any relation. They just think this is a good deal and they don't compare and so on. So that there's always this. Irvin says in NL. Okay, great for NL if you can do that. I think here is still in Germany still the rule: if you hold a crypto coin investment more than 365 days, more than 1 year, then it's tax-free. But yeah, they will probably change that in the future. Oh, hey Vitimon, what's going on? You are not missing any live streams. I will come to the other comments. I'm looking forward to Veve enabling the capability to loan out your NFTs to earn passive income. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, that would be probably a functionality of the Veveverse, or even of mini games. So let's say they do really the gamification of the Marvel Mighties. What if someone doesn't have it and the floor price of the Mighties is like 1,000 euros? Then there must be a way to say, okay, I'll borrow that and play 2 days, and then I give it back, and I pay like 10 OMI an hour or something like that. So there must be some way to do that also with mini games, but that's just brainstorming. But that's the thing, like, it's speculation, right? So please don't. Today I was criticized for speculating, that what I said last week didn't come true today. So I hope you see that I'm speculating and it's a lot of fun, but it could be that it will never come true. Is the Artest, hey Artest, welcome. Nice doggo with the sunglasses there. Is this end of OMI? No, it's not. It's actually, let's go back to this. This is the beginning of OMI. Like, I'm pretty sure that in next bull run, when you have when you have a formation like this. Okay, we are at $2. No, we're at 24 cents, so it's fine. So if we have an OMI price like this, and you look at this flat line and you cannot see anymore the bumps in the road, that's when you know that I was right when I said this is the beginning and not the end. Like this is when, oh, exchanges, oh, another exchange, oh, phase 4 of OMI utility program, oh, we burned through half of the reserve wallet, oh, metaverse is announced, land sales, and so on. So basically, I mean, obviously it will not go in a straight line like that, but there will be the point where you barely can see the differences here in price, right? So that's what I assume what's going to happen over the next years. Please don't come to me next week and say it didn't happen. Yeah, it won't next week. It won't. Probably everything we will get is another drop announcement until next week, but we will be patiently hodling our Ecomi tokens, stack and chill. Salmon says, I don't know, you think we go more dip off Veve market? So again, back again on the price. The probability here is yes. There could, I mean, this is a big support line, right? And we are fairly oversold. So we could come back here, hit our head, and then go deeper. It's always a possibility. Never go all in. Always have cash on the sideline so that you can DCA here. If we drop lower, you can buy a bigger chunk here. And then once we recover, you can just chill and stack up your cash stack, right? So you can go in again. I mean, we have seen this. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. Bam. Next drive down by the whales. Oh, we go to the moon. Bam. Next drive down. Then here, yeah, we are out. We are like over half of the, yeah, okay, next drive down. Now we're being driven down again. So it happens all the time. Every time that someone says this is the last chance to buy Ecomi, it could be that there is another chance to buy Ecomi. Okay, so what else do we have? I cannot you guys are crazy. You guys are all over the OMI token and how the price would develop, so I cannot even get to the content. I will have to do pump out more videos here. Anyways, I like it. I love it. Of course not. I'm hodling hard. Yes, so you do R-test. Not financial advice, but you are great researchers and you are doing your own research. Bass says, OMI just getting started, loads of potential. I reckon the next couple of years we could be looking at $1. I reckon 2030, $10. It has loads of potential. Yes, of course. I mean, I have my $1 price prediction for after the next Bitcoin halving, with exchanges coming, metaverse coming, like metaverse being announced at least, and some land sales and crazy OMI burns and like 50 million users on the app, which is not too far away from the growth that we can see. I mean, if we can go to 2 million in under a year that we have achieved basically, or in around a year, we can go to 50 million in 4 years, right? Or in 3 years. Familie de Brackele, one day you have to tell me how to say that, but it's probably you're probably from the Netherlands. Where are you from? Just hodl OMI, it will make us all rich. Yeah, I hope so. And many of you have quite impressive bags, and I will DCA my way to having more. It's a long-term investment, not short-term. Exactly, like VeChain. Someone asked in the beginning about VeChain. I also hold VeChain because I'm working in a similar industry, so I kind of understand VeChain, but these are projects that take time until they're ramped up, until they have enough licensors, partners, until they can get their burn in place. Veve NFT OMI. So your Salmon's basically probably saying that you have better returns on the Veve NFTs and on OMI, and I kind of agree with that because I've split my investment and I've way better returns on the NFTs, obviously. Viveversum says, OMI to the moon soon, probably. This is a red circle rocket, but I interpret it like that. Yes, of course. From Belgium. So greetings to Belgium, Brussels. You have some crazy days there as well, I've seen. So yeah, happy to have you all here. We have Netherlands, we have Belgium, we have the US. Let me know in the chat where you are from. We have Germany here with Viversum YouTuber. Okay, so that now I will come to my next point here, because if not, you will be fairly disappointed. I have quickly, so I am supporting, I like to support community projects. And there is this site of Viviholic, and I will just throw this in here. It only takes a minute. If you use this code, you can get a 15% discount. I mean, they have a 10% discount on the site, but the guy gave me from Viviholic, he gave me a code. If you put that into, like, you can fill up your card with, I got this Omi hoodie, so he has some stuff. If you're Omi whale and you want to show it, you can show this. Like, he has some Valentine's related stuff if you are a couple that is invested into Omi. So he has a lot of stuff. He has hoodies, shirts, accessories like mugs. I think he has some funny mugs. I got a mug as well. So you just throw that into the cart and use this 15% discount code. And then you can get some stuff here. So I think these are quite funny. I want to have one. If you are watching this from the Viviholic side, here it is, your advertisement. I want one of those. Anyways, you could use this code, and yeah, that's about it. Now we get into the real content here. But if you have any community projects like Viviholic or like Ecomi Wiki from Omi the Clown, just tag me somewhere in Twitter that I can follow you back. We can talk about it. I can show it on live stream so that we can grow together as a community and we can get everything that we want. Some people are building NFTs. Some people are real artists and paint and want to go get out their stuff. So just tell me if you want that I show a project of the community, and I will do it. I will do it. So I will also, after that, I will link this this code into the comments, and then you can use it if you want. Anyways, next, okay, that we had. Next one is Cthulhu. Cthulhu has gone green. We got so many new comments here. So we have France in the house. I want to say something in French, but or French, but it would be bonjour. I don't know if you say that. We have Canada. Canada is is tough right now, but greetings to Canada. Vitimon says, I've been to 23 countries, and each time I've always seen folks wearing some form of Disney, Marvel, DC, Pokemon IP, etc. on shirts, hats, jackets, tattoos. I'm not worried about this project. Now, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We got this, Vitimon. And one day we will have a great meeting of everyone who's hanging around here, and then we will celebrate together. At $1, we are going to organize a meeting. $1. So let's see how long we have to wait until we meet. We got the UK. I was there once or twice. So yeah, greetings to the island. All countries, but only one community. Omi, yeah, the red circle unites us. So what is not part of the red circle anymore is Chaosium. So this was on the 2nd of July 2021 when Chaosium announced that Call of Cthulhu idols will come to Vivi. And at that time, they already announced the ones that we know, and now we know that later they got even an animation. And they were basically saying, here, I'm not going to read everything how it went, but they were saying already then, Vivi has used the distribution ledger technology that's over 99% more energy efficient than the Ethereum blockchain. In March 2021, Vivi committed to 100% carbon neutral NFTs and provided $7 million in grants to environmental nonprofits to raise money for the cause through NFT promotion. So we have with Vivi an NFT project that is already has been green and then mounted onto Immutable, which is also green. Now, Chaosium, if you haven't heard it, came out now, only a half a year later around, on the 16th of February, so 4 days ago. And they are now saying, all of us at Chaosium are deeply concerned by the issues raised around the Veve digital collectibles releases from last July. We take these concerns very seriously. Our fans and the communities built around Chaosium are our lifeblood. We go back a long way, and that means a lot to us. We want to make sure that you are comfortable with the way we're doing business. So if you read this, then if you read all of this, what happened, like they're telling the history of what happened, and then they're trying to give some reason, but on the other hand, say that it's not the reason. So we don't find even the reason here. So we are looking at the Discord later, but that's basically, this is the first time I recall that Veve has lost a licensor that has put collectibles onto the Veve app. And I couldn't care less, basically, because I don't have these collectibles. And but it concerns me how much power a community without knowledge has, and we are going to look at that in a second. So the funny thing is that if you look at this tweet here from Chaosium, they have tweeted out on the 11th of January, we have more, loads more to drop when the stars are right. So they were getting ready to drop a lot of Cthulhu stuff on the app. So if I personally, I don't have Ecomi or Veve merch yet, but I'm thinking of printing a hoodie for the guys that are hanging out with me. It's like I try to get something as cheap so that I can basically do it without any margin for me, but so that I don't have any costs as well. I'm thinking of a motive, and when I come up with something, I will show you guys, and then I will put 2 or 3 possibilities out here, and then we can decide together if we want something that is still cool. Tyler X says, "Lots to believe in $1." Yeah, actually I do. If you dive deep into the burn mechanics and into the licensing as well, I still believe in that. Irvin says, "Need go. We'll watch everything back on the way to work in a few hours." Have a great night then, Irvin, and be safe. I hope to see you in the next live stream. Sleep well also. And greetings to Netherlands. A while ago, I met Till Lindemann, and he was wearing a super cool Steamboat Mickey t-shirt. For those who don't know, Till Lindemann is if he refers to that one, is the fronter of Rammstein, a very famous German heavy metal or new metal band. And Till Lindemann is a very creative guy. He has studied pyrotechnique. And that's why he I think he has all these fireworks shows all the time. Ecomi needs to come with something super spicy by the end of the month. Maybe we can run like Axie Infinity did when market was down in June, July. What's your Twitter? I'm down for that meeting. On Twitter, you say? My handle on Twitter is @hodlerpatient. But let's get back to our environmentally concerned Cthulhu, because in January they were ready to drop multiple NFTs on Veve, and people were commenting. Traps Wellington was bullish about them bringing out nice little Chaosium NFTs, and I think that would be great. But the community didn't want to. And they say, let's look in the statement again. They say, so they say that they have done everything right with their licensees. The environmental impact of Veve's NFTs was crucial in our decision making. Veve operates on a blockchain platform, Immutable X, that is carbon neutral. The creation of Veve NFTs and their trading takes place off-chain, reducing the environmental footprint of Veve NFTs by 99.9% when compared to those minted on Ethereum. So why then, if you state that in your exit statement, why would you abandon your biggest NFT selling platform. And here's the reason why. The community on Reddit, for example, had horrible news. Chaosium's launching NFTs, and they're like ranting over how bad this is and bringing up some stuff that I don't know if it's like they've been bragging about how popular they've gotten for the past 2 years, but now they're going to pretend this is all about promotion. Shilling NFTs is already such a shitty thing to do, but trying to scam your own fan base makes it even worse. You cannot make this stuff up. I mean, first of all, he doesn't provide any evidence where this is shilling NFTs and where this is scamming your own fan base. I mean, if you don't like the Cthulhu Idol NFTs, then don't buy them. There are the books. There are the books on the bookstore. There are the collectibles. So a month ago, Chaosium replied, blah, blah. From a week ago, more Call of Cthulhu stuff is coming, no plans for RuneQuest, and so on. That's a threat, not a promise. Again, just being mad about it. I don't know why. What is Veve? Okay, someone will explain it to them. So, and then they're making jokes like, what is the difference between NFTs and Cthulhu? One is an aberrant monstrosity that consumes, devours power, and ablates the senses with the pitiless futility of it all, and the other one is Cthulhu. For all we know, Cthulhu is more environmentally friendly. The community, they said that this is carbon neutral. Like, they said, and I'm sorry, we get a shitstorm of our community, but we did everything right. We got everything right with the creators, with the artists. We got everything right with Veve in the beginning. Everything was correct, but our community is forcing us to exit this thing. And this is crazy because we have to think about this. Oh yeah, I'll put that up here. Smash a like, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you like this. But you have to think how crazy this is, because you clearly see on that Reddit thread that they don't know what they're talking about and they didn't do their research, because it's easy to find. There's an article on how Immutable X gets their NFTs carbon friendly, and the whole claim of the emissions of NFTs is because NFTs have been minted in a big way, primarily on Ethereum, and that consumed a lot of energy. But now there are so many layer 2s to mint NFTs that have found ways to reduce carbon emissions. And the little rest of carbon emissions that is out there, they are buying certificates and donating to environmental organizations to balance out this little bit of carbon footprint that there is. Now the question is, and I thank Hello K for putting that out here, because he was tweeting to Chaosium here, video incoming, but here's how non-scientifical the fans are being. It produced 0.1 grams of carbon to mint on NFTs on IMX versus an average 1.2 until almost 3 kilograms of CO2 per book. So the same people that are ranting about the NFTs, where like they have to mint 1,000 NFTs. They have to mint 1,000 NFTs to create 10 grams of carbon. But if they buy one of their favorited books, they have like carbon footprint of almost 3 kilos. So, and these people are driving their company away from the future because they could imagine to sell a lot of stuff for Metaverse, for Chaosium, Call of Cthulhu. And there are probably a lot of stakeholders, and there are a lot of new fans on the Veve app that were waiting for the Call of Cthulhu stuff. So this should teach us. I mean, here we see it. Here we see it. The study came up with a figure of 2.71 kilograms equivalent per book based on a production run of 400,000 books, mostly distributed in North America. So it's like a representation of how much a book consumes to be produced. Now, the funny thing is that these communities are renting, fighting over that and driving away their favorite company from those NFTs, but they would still fly to holidays and put out like a couple of 100 kilos, and they would still buy these books that are worse, and they still wouldn't care that they might have destroyed the future orientation of the country, of the company that is producing what they love, by just creating a non-justified shitstorm. So on the other hand, we have to say most companies got that right, and they are promoting actively how carbon neutral Immutable X and Veve is, and Immutable X putting this out there as well. So unfortunately, we are not going to see those NFTs anymore, and the community of them got what they wanted. NFTs minted on Immutable X blockchain, which Veve uses, requires much less energy than. So someone is teaching people here. So consumes less energy in manufacturing physical products, right? So it also can tell us a little bit as a community that we should try to think of why our favorite company, Ecomi and Veve, are taking the one or the other decision, because we don't want to end up like these guys and drive them away from a maybe good decision for the future, and wreck the future of the digital future of those collectibles. Anyways, that's where I wanted to go with this little rage against these naysayers. So let me jump quickly to the Omi burn, and jump to the price, because people are being negative about this, right? And I understand your portfolio is red and you're disappointed because you want to be a millionaire right now, and you're not, because Ecomi and Veve, they are taking longer than expected. But this is actually a good thing, and I made a calculation for you guys. If the price would, like, I compared this price here before we fell out of the wedge, and I compared it to the burns at this price where we are right now, and where we had the two bond drops. So let me get into this real quick here. So as you know, this is the current situation. We have already almost reached the 30 billion here. The slide is a little bit older. So these are the reserve wallet, the Vault wallet, the burn wallet. You all know, if I load up gems, Omi in the equivalent of those gems is being used to the Vault wallet. If I then purchase from the store, the equivalent of all of the gems, 100%, is being moved to the burn wallet. Meaning, one gem is always $1, meaning at a price of Omi for 1 cent, one gem comprises of 100 Omi. And if Omi was worth $1, as we're hoping it will one day be, one gem comprises only of 1 Omi. So it's always, how much Omi do I need to forge a gem of $1? The gem has to be always $1. Okay. Now, if we do a store purchase, and today the purchase cost was like 80 something gems. So we're loading up our 80 something gems from the credit card or somewhere else, or from flipping, we got the gems. And so this is the fees. This is not so interesting, but here it comes. Now I will put this like this so you can see everything. So this is the math example. We had today 6,000 editions, 80 gems each. They were sold out in under seconds, as we are used to. So total spent was 480,560 gems on that glider drop. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's say this is correct, because I did that on the calculator, so it should be. On February the 15th, the Omi price was 0.006454. And if we would have had that James Bond drop on that day at this price, we would have burned 74,000,000 459,250 Omi. Now, because the price collapsed to 0.005200 at the time of drop, we burned 92,415,384 Omi. That is a difference of 17, almost 18 million Omi just in this drop. And then we had the motorbike with similar burn rates right after that. So if you are sad about this price drop, think again, because it helps you burning faster, and you're in for the long term. So if the price consolidates here, like, and we get a lot of drops in the same size of the today's bond drop, we're burning every drop 20 million Omi more than we would have before. Obviously, it shouldn't be a flat line like that, but it could be even we go to these prices here, form a bottom and come up again, then we would be even burning over 100 million for those same drops, because it always is a gem is $1, and the gems that are being forged in this area, they are comprising of more Omi that gets fully burned when you buy in the store. And then all the price action on the secondary market at this level where we are right now here will burn more Omi than it would be if we were consolidating here. The difference for you is none, because you wouldn't sell at any of these levels. But what's happening is there is only so much Omi out there in the reserve wallet, and once it's gone, they have to refill it. So if it's gone faster, we are happy faster. And then somewhat there will be a turning point, excuse me, where everyone realizes that the reserve wallet is coming down to a point where everyone can see the end. And then everyone from the exchanges will fight over what's left of the Ecomi, because I'm pretty sure, even though a lot of people disagree, but I'm pretty sure when you have prices like these at the moment, that there is someone at Veve that is picking up more Omi for the reserve wallet in the future. So buybacks might be happening hidden, even though they said they are not happening anymore. They might be hidden because it would be a case for financial observation if they would tell it, market manipulation. And also, buying cheap is smart. They could do that. Doesn't have to be much, but they would reduce the circulating supply without people even knowing it. But I don't know. Maybe they're not doing it, and I'm wrong. Anyways, oh, Best, thank you very much. Burn, baby, burn, I said. Yeah, exactly. Actually, I will everything. Like, this is the third donation today. I'm super happy about every cent that you guys are giving me, and I will put it all to use and reinvest it into this, making this channel and this community better. Hey, Mr. Planet Prophet. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Greetings, welcome to the channel. He's saying hello, everyone. Awesome. Yeah, everyone who's still here with me at this hour is awesome, especially the ones from Europe, because it's already late. So, but this is my take on this. So I'm actually happy because I feel I don't have enough Omi and I want to buy more. So I will buy more if I can, if I get my monies in. I will buy more here. And I'm also happy because I see that this is happening. That this is actually happening. 20 million more Omi burned than if the whales wouldn't have driven the price down. So this is happy. This is happy. Happy times. Saver, welcome, is saying, everyone saying, we will be Omi millionaires in 2025. But how much will $1 million be worth in 2025? Won't inflation make it so that 1 million worth a lot less than it is now? Actually, you could say that not only for Omi, but also for Bitcoin, that the explosion in the Bitcoin chart is actually an expression of fiat devaluating, and people are not caring so much anymore, so they throw it all into more stable assets like Bitcoin. I mean, that's also, like, that's the explosion curve. If you take the Argentinian peso, and compared to the dollar, you have a similar thing. Like, obviously there is brutal inflation going on, and obviously maybe being an millionaire, I mean, if you are investing 1 million of the current currency of Venezuela into OMI, you don't get much OMI, but you would still be a millionaire in Venezuela. It's all a perspective. We are talking about being the equivalent of a purchasing power of a millionaire today, right? So yeah, that's why I want to buy more, because even, I mean, if we get a crazy inflation, then probably 1 million is not the goal anymore. Then 10 or 100 million is a goal to be able to buy stuff. But if we get such a crazy inflation, then probably the OMI price is not the thing anymore to worry about. Then we get these 1928 problems, and we all know what happens after hyperinflation. Hyperinflation usually is followed by war, and we don't want that. That's something we don't want. So we want a world where we can be financially free with our cryptos and without war. So Ole the Dead Midget. Okay, now I got the name right? I will also buy more. Yeah, do that. I mean, not financial advice, but I think it's a great project, and I think the probability of OMI doubling up right now is higher than or OMI will double faster in price than Bitcoin, I think, or shortly after it will go like 5x if there is a massive bull run, right? Oh, what's that here? Let me delete this. Okay. Earth to Pokemon. Hey, Professor Oak, what's going on? This is simple. Hold your collectibles and buy the big name stuff and you will win. Yes, exactly. And use the smaller collectibles like comics to flip your way up if you see the market moving. What else do I have for you? We haven't seen everything. I will do a separate video on explaining exactly how an NFT is carbon neutral based on this Immutable X article. So I will do that to not bore you anymore than I already did. Now I had one more thing. I actually wanted to show you this here. So I don't know if you know this channel from Veve Vision, but they had here a partnership identified from Artifact NFT.io, which is basically keychains with little displays to show off your NFTs. And Veve was on there, so I went there to verify that. And when I came to the site, Veve is not on there anymore. So this is only a couple of days ago. By the way, great channel of Veve Vision. Hope I can talk to these guys one day. And yeah, they identified this, and basically, if this would come, you would be able to show off your whatever NFT, Veve NFT, on this little keychain display thing that looks like a smart watch. So they have 6 hours of battery lifetime is probably not enough. They have to be better than that, but probably it's only a time of development. Anyways, they're collaborating with OpenSea and so on, and somehow the Veve logo was on here. It reminds me a little bit of Epico Regal, where there was an uncoordinated launch of info. So, and now, by the way, if you want to track the OMI burn, let me just refresh this. If this is still, yeah, so we're a little bit higher. So we are coming close to the 30 billion here. So you can just go to token.veve.me, and there you can see it. There you can see the total reserve wallet, which is dropping under 250 billion. Everything that's locked in gems that ultimately will end up here, and this also. So you can see we have been moving in the last 3-4 months. Basically, everything of this came together, and it's looking quite good. So I'm not going to go into the exchanges because there's nothing much to say. There's only one thing now I have for you, and this is this one. This was so great. This is also a thing that this Veve Vision channel has put out, but I wanted to show this to you because it's so good. It's so old, this article, and you can find so many banger licenses in there that we have already seen and some that we haven't. And let me show this to you. So this is from the 18th of October 2018, and I'm not going to read out the whole, sorry, you cannot see that. I'm not going to read out the whole article here, but it's from Ecomi on Medium, so it's from them. They're explaining how licensing and IP is done. So basically they are explaining in this article why licensing of international property is such a big deal. And they're going over all the good stuff. Like here, you can see the little Star Wars Darth Vader. So how Lego did with all the good stuff. So we know that we will eventually see Star Wars, right? Like, I mean, we have seen Star Wars, but I mean Darth Vader, like the real one, not the golden ones, because it's Disney. So we know we have Spider-Man, we have Batman, we probably have Toy Story at some point because it's part of Disney, and then Harry Potter probably as well at one day. So they put out this stuff for the whole revenue of the industry for Lego, just as an example, and they're always talking in examples here, and explaining to basically this article is more towards licensors and investors than for the regular people, but it's so interesting to read through all of this. And then they are coming here in with the world's most licensed properties. To better understand this concept, let's break it down with a few examples. Now, the first example at this time was 4 years away, or 3.5 years away. So had you read this article, you would be like, yeah, they are not coming out with Disney at one point. They are dreaming. I mean, they don't have that. So now today we have Disney Golden Times, the most iconic figures, Walt with Mickey and so on. And they're saying the portfolio includes Lucasfilm, Marvel, ABC, ESPN, Disney, Pixar, Walt Disney Studios. Also titles such as Star Wars, Marvel, Avengers, Frozen, and the Disney Princess. So at this point, imagine the patient hodler would have come out in 2018 and say, guys, I think they are going to drop Disney, but it could take 2 years. You would say, yeah, come on. Such a bullshit. I wouldn't invest in that coin. So here we are, couple of years later, and we have gotten almost everything that's written in this first example. So the second example we haven't seen. It's Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger. We have seen Givenchy, though it's not part of that corporation, but it's from the same sector. So maybe we are going to see that in the future as well, or maybe not. They just don't want to launch on the same platform. Doesn't matter. And then we have the Pokemon Company International, 2.1 billion, Pocket Monsters and so on. And then here, more below, they are talking about Alfred Kahn and so on. So they were saying and putting out in this article what we are speculating today right now and what we are already seeing on the app. And I will show you more from the same article that, so for example, here, Pokemon also available on Netflix. We have recently seen that they have put out Peely, which is a big deal in Asia. That is a movie on Netflix. So with Nintendo, Pokemon World produced console games and so on. So they are basically saying, as you can see, licensing is incredibly effective way to promote and produce new products. This, as you can see, and the way this is written, this is directed to the other companies, to the companies that they wanted at this time to pump or to bring out, to win over these licenses. So they were putting out that for these companies, and we get to read this still and to see how this is. Now they explain how digital collectibles works, what an NFT is, how the digital ownership works, and so on. And then after that, like, they explain 2D and 3D collectibles depending on the underlying token standard and so on. So, and then they have this video here, and it's still available. And look at this. It's no sound, but we can just look at this. So I don't know is this from Kickers or something. Can anyone respond from which anime this is? But or is this a Pokemon trainer, or I don't know. I have no clue exactly. But there are some anime fans here with me, I'm sure. But if we look at this, it's like they're displaying on this Ecomi logo, like Hello Kitty. We know that Hello Kitty is being displayed on Recur at the moment. And then look at this. Look at this dragon. Is this dragon from? I will pull this up a little bit bigger here. Oh, I can't. Maybe I can by this. Okay, here we go. So look at this dragon. Is this dragon? Is that from Dungeons and Dragons, or is that something from the Hobbit saga, or where is this from? Do you know this, guys? So you can hold this little key card and then show off your collectible on this. Okay, so that Death Bunny says that's Astro Boy. Okay, and this is what is this? This police boxes also. We haven't seen these collectibles on the app, not yet. But I mean, why would you go through the process and design all of this if not to win over like the big licensors with their own collectibles being displayed on a card like this? And how cool would it be if you could put on glasses and then show just this cool black Ecomi card and have your C-3PO, your Golden Homer, your Todd McFarlane spinning on that card? I mean, that would be crazy, right? So that is in this article, a promo video basically on what they were thinking. So yeah, Colin, thank you for confirming that is Astro Boy. So I don't know, have we seen Astro Boy on the app right now? I don't think so, but they were definitely doing advertisement with Astro Boy. So get to the licensing part. Yes, exactly. So here they are talking about Ecomi has secured and announced a licensing agreement with Tokidoki, and we are still seeing the Tokidoki NFTs being put out. Apparently Chaosium haven't left, just postponing. Yeah, so what, to cool? Chaosium has a big problem because they are being pushed around by their own fans, and then there is the other side of new fans in the NFT space that they cannot abandon anymore. So they have a problem. They have to sort out that stuff with their Reddit community to teach them that they are actually producing carbon neutral NFTs. But thanks for the update, James White. I hope that's true. I hope they drop more collectibles on the NFT space and don't let themselves get bullied out. Now, how are we acquiring licenses? They're saying, okay, so they're basically, thankfully, one of our core strengths Ecomi team rests with our CEO, David Yu, who has been in licensing and branding for more than 20 years. And you see I'm flying over this article with you, but I will link it afterwards below. So you can read it as well. And once again, I was not the one that discovered this old article. It was the boys from Veve Vision where I found it. Sorry, boys. So thanks to those two guys. They make great content, but I feel free to use it here as well. So with more than 2 decades of experience in gaming licensing business, Yu has involved in licensing retail, working with intellectual property, transforming unique gaming and collectible licenses into global recognized brands. So they are pointing out here David Yu, and they're also getting here below our second superstar team member, head of global license acquisition is Efren Khan. You know all of this, yada, yada, yada. I know I will not bore you with the details about these two, but Alfred Khan was on the last big AMA, first time ever, which is pretty big signal to me. Something big is coming up, I'm sure of it. And they are going in this article into, basically, you started with the Games Are Us Limited. He transformed Star Wars and Star Trek memorabilia, as well as various vintage toys and comics entertainment hobby store for fellow collectors. Now here it is again, Star Wars and Star Trek was still 3 years from being launched on the app when they wrote it in that article. Now they are dropping Pokemon hints somewhere and people are saying, yeah, but it's only because of the history. So what was that about? That they, Star Wars and Star Trek memorabilia, they have launched Star Trek Enterprise and Borg Cube, the most iconic ships or two of the most iconic ships of Star Trek, and iconic figures like the two robots from Star Wars already on the app 3 years after writing this. So they had Disney and Star Wars for 3 years, or were working on it at least. So later you established Retail Management Group Limited as a supply chain for manufacturing, distributing from food and beverage and cosmetics products in Australia, New Zealand, China, and other Asian markets. So this is the APAC region, the big APAC region that they are focusing on right now. They themselves said it. So what do they have for other examples? Totally nothing related to coming to the app here. DC, oh, we have DC on the app. Dungeons and Dragons, was that dragon in the video from that? Family Guy, haven't seen that yet. Firefly, Middle Earth, Mario Bros, and we have been hinted that we are getting some spicy stuff coming in with M. Do we get the Mario? Do we get the Super Mario? Lord of the Rings, that would be crazy. Game of Thrones would be even crazier. No, I think Lord of the Rings is crazier. Marvel, we have seen that, and we still see it because we are getting like 2 to 3 comics every week. Nintendo, I have made that connection before. People laughed at me, but we will see. Nintendo with GameStop, on Immutable X. Nintendo has ties, deep ties with Alfred Kahn, and is now in that broader ecosystem. Pac-Man, Pokemon, we have to see that yet. The Hobbit, tied to Lord of the Rings. Star Wars, already on the app. The Simpsons, already on the app in form of Golden Homer. So even though that probably, I don't know exactly how the rights are resting with whom, but I think The Simpsons is with Fox, and Fox is part of Disney, something like that. So yeah, Bandai had some, does it have, I think it had something with producing Pokemon, Zelda, and Warhammer. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is here in the list. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the brands that Alfred Kahn said in a video that David Yu has the licenses for distribution in the APAC region. So I'm not quite sure how this will work if they don't have the license for all regions in the world. I don't know. But anyways, this is just a mixture now. Back in the day, there was nothing of these all on the app. 3 years fast forward, we have Marvel, Star Wars, Simpsons, DC, Disney as a whole, Tokidoki that was mentioned here, and Star Trek that was mentioned here in the text, all on the app. And still, people are saying that it's delusional to think that Pokemon could come to the app. We have further in the text, same article still, Nintendo, Mario Bros, Zelda, Donkey Kong, James Bond. You have been going for that drop today again. James Bond was hinted already 3 to 4 years ago in this article. So what you say about this, guys? What do you say about that? So yeah, there are more videos like on how look at this. It was the name of the app back then was Ecomi Collect. that was the name. It wasn't even Veve back then. So look at that evolution, what they were planning for NFTs. I mean, look at this. You would buy, and here, this is even better. They designed it in the beginning to have it like for you to pay in Ecomi directly. So there was not even a gem concept. No, skipping to that. That was Ecomi Collect. So that's pretty accurate history here. Okay, what do we have here? David Salinas says, okay, forget all that. When will Veve reach 10 to 20 cents? Yeah, when? I don't know. Actually, Ecomi, Veve. I mean, it's more or less, it's not the same because we have already other projects that are somewhat only tied to Veve, but more tied to Ecomi. When will it reach 20 cents? I mean, probably you have so much Ecomi that it will, like, okay. So look at this. For me, for me, something, what is happening here, let's draw this into the chart. Where is this stuff? Okay, path. So we have an A, B, C, D, E. So that is a typical accumulation pattern. I wouldn't wonder. So since this wedge is invalid, the yellow one, oh, you cannot see that. Sorry, boys and girls, if we have some. So A, B, C, D, E, palm out. Okay. The wedge was invalidated. We fell out. If we don't get this to be a fake out and move back in and break out from here, then this is the most likely scenario in my opinion. So we would correct all the way down here to this noisy area or somewhere there, and then have our final wave up where we break to an all-time high. And from there we are going, from there we are probably going crazy. Like, have you seen Chili's? Like that looked like this. But then something, there has to be a very, very big catalyst for that to happen. So this line here going up to like let's say it's 20 cents. That's how it would look. 20 cents, that's how it would look. You would be flatlining here. Everything that has been happening here wouldn't matter, and people here are like, oh man, had I only gotten more Ecomi at this point, or whatever point, like even on the peak here, right? So can this happen? Yeah, sure. I mean, if I go to Chili's, I can show you a graph that looks like this. And Chili's was, I think they have been listed on the major exchanges, and that was enough to bring them up like this. I think the business case around Ecomi is even more amazing than Chili's was at that time. Steven says, oh, nice chair. Yeah, thank you. I thought gamers are sitting a lot, so I buy a gaming chair for me so I can sit a lot and don't get hurt by any chair. And it works quite good. It's quite comfortable. Not affiliated with this company, by the way. I've been holding Ecomi for over a year now, Lo. Yeah, congratulations. I mean, the company has been, I mean, a year ago. When was that? Oh, have you gotten in here, up here, or down there? I mean, that's a huge difference, because you have to see there was a pre-sale stuff where people got in, I think, below here, below there. And if you consider that you have gotten in down there somewhere, you would be still up double with this correction, but it was more like, if you go to Ecomi Wiki, let's do that really quick, because they say it like, oh shit, I have to, okay, I'm not going to log in again, but if you go to Ecomi Wiki, it shows how much you would have if you had logged in, had you bought OMI right in the beginning. So yeah, it was somewhere here in the very, very low sequences here. Even here from that bottom, you would be up like 200% still, right? So you are a millionaire. Congratulations. That is going to be harder and harder in the future if we are not getting this correction here. But the question was, the big question was, so you bought at that is a very good price. That is a very good price. I wish I got that price. I am in the negative right now with Ecomi because my average is slightly above this price where we are right now. So I'm going to accumulate more. And I hope we stay down there more so I can accumulate more, because I strongly believe in the project. Now, how do we get to 20 cents? 20 cents is a 40x from here. So what would be necessary in my opinion? We get to 45 exchanges, KuCoin, Wobi, Binance, or Coinbase, either or, and some of the other smaller ones. And then on top of that, they drop a major announcement like I don't know, Pokemon is coming to the app. Then you are already at 20 cents easy. If you are not already at 20 cents after all those exchange listings. We have seen, let me get to trading view. Let me just show you this, because this is how it looks when a coin with a, sorry about that. That was Ecomi again somehow. Chilies. Okay. I don't know if that's all full on Binance, but it should be. Okay, so this here is squeeze. This is what happened when Chili's was only on a couple of small exchanges, right? So I mean, if you would be here, like, be honest, guys, if this would be the Ecomi chart and you would be here, like, let's say you would be here and you would be, oh man, we have been here and this is never going to move. And then you get those exchange listings. Like, look at this. Look at what happened afterwards. Like, what? I mean, what? Look at this. This is not even this is unreal. If you get a Binance listing for Ecomi and a KuCoin and a Huobi, that's how the chart would look like. And then people would go crazy about how they would go FOMO, like in all on that green line, and then you would have this huge consolidation, right? I mean, after a pump like this, and you overshooting like this, there's a huge consolidation. So it's all a matter of perspective where you are right now, and I'm telling you, we are somewhere on this line, and this is the point that will come one day. My average 0.0064. Congratulations, good average. I got in quite late. Still, I mean, you can bring right now also, if you DCA, you bring your average lower and lower and lower, so you can double up easier with a little or a smaller movement. So by the way, this is Chili's, right? We are here. But I'm telling you, this could be just the beginning of a line that moves like Chili's, right? So I've already too much lines here. 20 cents would give me 2 million US. That's great. I mean, I hope it's still worth that, or that inflation doesn't carry it away, like someone else said here, Ahmad. But yeah, I mean, that would be crazy. Like, you would be a millionaire, and I can see that happen in the near future. I think it will. I think at least last point, next Bitcoin halving, next bull run. That's the case. That's the case. Stephen Kurgenven says, I'm loving the price drop, filling my bags, will go up when Bitcoin goes up and overseas exchanges need announcing. Yes, exactly. People are like all over the place with that. We have a lot of venture capital in these coins. We have a lot of whales, and they are taking profits and allocating some over to Bitcoin, maybe. We don't know. Scooping up some Bitcoin while it's low. Because OMI has been relatively stable compared to Bitcoin, so could be even a big percentage deal for some whales to sell off OMI right now to ride the Bitcoin wave after this retest, right? So we don't know that. We don't know that. Whale games, we can estimate, but we don't know that. So what else do we have? I think that's about it. But just while we're at it, just show this. I'm just going to show this again. Oops. So like this. This is Binance founder Changpeng Zhao with David Yu holding a drink, chilling. What do you say about this? I mean, they know each other. Obviously, that will happen. That will happen, but it takes time, apparently. Good. 1 hour and 40 of stream already in. It's late. Until we all are millionaires, I have to hustle in a 9-to-5 as well. So I thank you all for being here today for such a long time. and hope that you enjoyed it. I thank everyone who is liking, subscribing, commenting. Also, thank you to all the guys, especially to Baz, and who was the other guy that donated? Baz donated twice, and Lee Downs. Thank you very much for the donations. It's much appreciated. And yeah, I will be back with another stream probably on Wednesday. You see, there's so much to talk about. I could be here for another 5 hours just talking Omi with you guys. So thank you everyone for stopping by. And Familie de Braquelaire Gielens from Belgium. I'm sorry, but this name is so complicated for me. I don't know. Try my best. Okay, wherever you are in the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, afternoon. Keep holding strong. Diamond hands, substitute paper hands, not financial advice. And see you in the next live stream or video. Thank you, Baz, for making all these questions. Thank you. Texas, greetings to Texas. See you all. Peace.